Everyone, I hope you're feeling good today. This is a no wrist vinyasa class for intermediate advanced students. The asanas are rather challenging, although there are no positions that involve the hands position or any weight on the wrist whatsoever. However, if you are a beginner or if you find this video a bit too intense or too difficult, maybe check out the other no wrist vinyasa class that I uploaded a few days ago for beginners, or maybe just try to find out another videos on YouTube. When you're ready to start, please come to Samastitihi, feet together, hands in Namaste in front of your heart center. Centering yourself, grounding yourself in the present moment. Placing your awareness on the soles of your feet. Aware of your posture. Maybe noticing how we are constantly balancing on our 2 feet, shifting the body weight forward and backward and toward the sides of the feet. Noticing the length of your spine and the weight of the head on top of it. Becoming aware of your breath now. Following a few of your own inhalations and exhalations. And then setting your intention for the practice today. Perhaps we can set a common intention for the class to keep the awareness on our breath. Recognizing when we get distracted by thoughts or memories or fantasies, and then choosing consciously and mindfully to bring the mind back to our breath. To honor the practice and also because it's a nice breath exercise, let's chant 3 Om. If you like, join me. Inhaling. Coming back to your regular breath now. Perhaps finding your ujjayi breath, the breath is sound, contracting the throat, if that is a type of breathing technique that you use throughout the practice. Preparing yourself, we are going to modify the Surya Namaskara A and B, so that the central part of Vinyasa, where we usually put the body weight on the wrists, will be modified with forearms, plank and dog. So you can learn how to modify this type of sequence throughout a regular Vinyasa class. Now finding your Samastitihi, opening your eyes. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, hands reaching up for Urdhva Sthasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhaling, open with your chest, bend the knees. Exhaling, stepping back, the right foot, right knee down on the floor, left knee down on the floor. Forearms down on the floor, extending the legs for forearms plank. As you exhale next time, walk your feet toward the elbows, come into this variation of the down dog, which is called dolphin pose, bending the knees as you need and pressing back with the shoulders. 2 more breaths in here. Gaze either toward your arms or even better toward your knees. 1. Exhale, 2. Inhale, knees on the floor, hands on the floor, step in the feet in between the hands. Exhale, fold, gaze toward your legs. Inhale, move all the way up, Urdhva, gaze up. Exhale, Samasthiti. One more, inhale, Urdhva, hands reaching up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, gaze toward the legs. Inhale, open with the chest, bend the knees. Exhale, step, one foot, the other, knees down, forearms plank. Inhale in here. Exhale, dolphin pose, walking the feet toward the elbows. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, knees on the floor, hands on the floor, stepping the feet in between. Exhale, fold the gaze toward the knees. Inhale, reach up, Urdhva. Exhale, Samasthiti. Surya Namaskara B, only one round. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, chair. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, gaze to the knees. Inhale, open with your chest, prepare, bend the knees. Exhale, stepping back, knees on the floor, forearms on the floor for the plank variation. Inhale in deeply here. Exhale, dolphin pose. Inhale, knees on the floor, hands on the floor. Step the right foot in between the hands, coming up for warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Let's stay here just an extra breath so that you can keep up with the pace. Maybe it's the first time that you do this type of variation. But as you can see, no weight on the wrist, and you can keep up with the same pace of a regular vinyasa. As you exhale, next time, gaze down on the floor, hands on the floor, left knee down, right knee down, forearms down, forearms plank. One breath in here. Exhale, walking the feet, dolphin pose. Knees on the floor, hands up, left foot in between, coming up for Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1 on the left side. Again, a couple of breaths in here just to keep up with the pace. As you exhale next time, look down, hands on the floor, right knee down, left knee down, forearms plank. Inhale, exhale, dolphin pose, 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Knees down, hands on the floor, stepping the feet in between. Exhale, fold, gaze toward the knees. Bend the knees, inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhaling back to Utkatasana chair, stay here. Exhale, twist toward your right side. Left elbow outside the right knee, gaze toward the upper shoulder, stay or open with your arms. The right arm toward the ceiling, the left hand down on the floor. 1, 2, 3. Close your hands together, inhaling back toward the center, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, gaze toward your knees. Stay here. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, counter twist, other side on the left. Stay or open with your arms for 1, 2, 3. Close your hands together, inhale back toward the center, regular chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, back to the chair pose, stay here. Gaze down, twist toward your right side, keep your gaze toward the feet. Inhaling, left foot back, so you are in a low lunge situation, but with a twist. Option, left hand down on the floor, right arm parallel to the long edge of your mat. Back with your hands together, look down, step your left foot next to the right one, inhaling back to the chair. Exhale, fold the hands over your head, interlace your fingers together, gaze toward your knees. Inhaling deeply here. Exhaling. Inhale back to the chair, bend the knees. Exhale, twist toward your left side, gaze down on the floor, step your right foot all the way back. Stay or again open with your arms, right hand down on the floor, left arm parallel to the long edge of your mat. Parivrita Parshokanasana, one more breath in here. And close your hands, step the right foot next to the left one, inhaling back to the chair. Exhale. Fold the hands over your head. Once more, gaze toward your knees. Inhaling back to the chair. Exhale, Samasthiti. Padangustasana, separate your feet, hips apart. Inhaling, peace fingers to your big toes, extend the spine. Exhale, fold the elbows opening toward the side, gaze in between the knees. 1, inner rotation of your knees. 2, shift the body weight to your toes. 3, inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, squatting down into Malasana, maybe opening the knees and the feet toward the sides. Hands in Namaste or maybe just hands relaxed toward the floor. Stay here or let's go for a twist. Inhaling, left hand down, right arm up. Exhale, back toward the center. Inhale, other side, twisting to left. Exhale, back toward the center. Stay here. Lengthening through your spine. Mindful breathing. Release your hands down on the floor, shift the body weight forward, releasing the knees down on the floor. Stepping the right foot in between the hands, coming up for low lunge. Arms reaching up. Exhaling, releasing the hands, interlacing the fingers on your right knee, gently pressing forward. We stay here a couple of breaths, creating space on the inside of the legs. Space in between the ears and the shoulders. As you inhale, move up with your torso, extending the front leg for half split. You can decide to fold in here or maybe sliding the right foot forward and the left foot backward. It depends on the mat as well. Coming more into a full split situation. Careful here if you need to use the hands as a support. If there is wrist pain, I suggest to stay up into half split. From your situation, coming back with the right foot down on the floor. Inhaling, right arm reaching up. And exhaling, releasing into the lizard pose. We don't want to use right the wrist, so either down with the forearms on the floor. If this is not available, you can use a block or a support under the arms. So you elevate a bit, and if still this is not available, then I suggest you to stay up, left hand on the hip and right hand on the right knee, opening toward the right. Couple of breaths more, finding the variation that suits you best today. And then from your position, moving up, the right knee next to the left one for Ustrasana Camel Pose. Tuck your toes, torso up, hands on your lower back. Exhaling, drop your head back. Option to release the hands on the heels. 1, 2, and 3. Hands on the lower back, chin toward your chest, releasing into Balasana Child Pose. Forehead on the floor, buttocks toward your heels. Reconnected with your own breath. As you inhale, move up and step your left foot in between your hands. Inhaling, arms reaching up. Exhaling, interlace your fingers on the left knee, gently pressing forward. Shoulders relax if possible. Soft gaze on the floor in front of you. As you inhale, move up with your torso. Half split, extending the front leg, flexing the front foot. Maybe folding, maybe moving into the full split, if you prefer to do so. Noticing how one side is different from the other. If you are into the full split, take your time to come up. Everybody placing the left foot down on the floor for the lizard position. Move the left foot toward the left and then choosing the variation. Maybe you stay higher up, left hand relax on the left knee and the right one on your waist. Or maybe all the way down with the forearms down on the floor so you don't place the weight on your wrist. And again, there is the trick here. If the elbows don't really touch the floor, maybe only one of the elbows touches the floor, you can place a block underneath your arms. From your position, moving up with the torso. Placing both knees on the floor and sitting on your heels for Virasana, hero pose. Maybe you stay in this position, maybe you can separate your feet and placing the buttocks down on the floor. If the buttocks are hanging in there, they don't really touch the floor, please use the block underneath the buttocks so you sit on something. Maybe taking the Jana Mudra, index and thumbs together, the other fingers are extended, palms facing up toward the ceiling. For a few mindful breaths in here, maybe closing the eyes or keeping a soft gaze on the floor in front of you. And then slowly releasing the mudra, opening your eyes, moving up with the torso, stepping one foot at a time in between the hands, extend the legs and the spine. Exhale, fold, gaze toward your knees. Inhaling, moving all the way up, rolling the spine one vertebra at a time. Finding Samasthiti here, hands in Namaste on your heart center. Body weight on the right leg, inhaling left knee, reaching up, open. Exhaling, slow motion, moving all the way toward the back of the mat. And placing the left foot down on the floor, the left heel also down on the floor, maybe separating your feet a bit wider, coming into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Inhaling here. Exhaling, reverse your Warrior, maybe extending the front leg. Inhaling back toward Warrior 2. Exhaling, extend the side angle, Parashvanasana, option, right hand down on the floor. Inhaling, moving up, Warrior 2. Repeat, exhale, reverse the Warrior, option to extend the front leg. Inhale, Warrior 2. Exhale, extend the side angle. Inhaling, back up to Warrior 2. Exhale here. Inhale, Prasarita Padottanasana, feet parallel to the center, to each other, arms reaching up. Exhale, fold. Hands slide into your legs all the way down to your ankles. Gaze in between the legs in here. 1, 2, 3. Inhaling, moving up. 5-pointed star, arms reaching up. Exhaling, Warrior 2 on the left side. You rotate the left foot and the left knee toward the left. Bend in the front knee. Inhaling here. Exhale, reverse your Warrior. Inhale, Warrior 2. Exhale, extend the side angle, Parashvanasana. Inhaling, Warrior 2. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, Warrior 2, stay. Exhale here. Without looking behind you, try to feel where is your back arm. Maybe it's in the same line of the front one, maybe slightly below, maybe slightly toward the right or the left side. So we cultivate a bit of body awareness in this position. Inhale in, feet parallel toward each other, arms reaching up, 5-pointed star. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your head and fold. For Prasarita Padottanasana C variation, gaze in between your legs. Inhaling, moving up. Exhale, turn your right knee and right foot toward the right, warrior two. Moving with the body weight toward the front leg and rotating your pelvis to square so that they are square and facing the front of the mat. We step into warrior three variation. I take the one with the hands in Namaste because I don't have space in front of me to elongate to extend the arms. And as in the next time, move up with your torso, the left knee is bent. Coming into Utthita Padangusthasana A, you can stay here, maybe interlacing the fingers on the left knee or maybe extending the left leg any amount. Stay up or fold. As we inhale, moving up into the B variation, maybe with the knee bent, maybe the leg is extended, the right hand on your waist, looking toward the right shoulder. Look down on the floor if you are struggling with the balance instead. Bend the left knee if you haven't already, coming back toward the center. Try not to use your arms and squat all the way down, maybe extending the left leg and coming all the way down to sit through a pistol squat. We come into Navasana, both pose. The knees can be bent, you can extend the legs. There is a bit more challenge in that. Place your feet down on the floor, shift your body weight forward, maybe the buttocks lift up, and buttocks down, Navasana, second round. Breathing in, breathing out, feet on the floor, shifting the body weight forward, arms extending in front of you, and down, last round, Navasana. 1, 2, you can do it. 3. Now feet on the floor, shifting the body weight forward so that you can come all the way up, inhaling, arms reaching up. Stay, exhale, Samasthiti. Shifting the body weight to warrior three with the left leg supporting you this time. So we do the other side of the warrior three. Gaze down on the floor. Torso parallel to the floor. With your next inhalation, moving up with your torso, bending the right knee for Utthita Padangusthasana A, choosing the variation that suits you best today. Coming into the B variation, maybe again the knee is bent, maybe the leg is extended. Again, gaze toward the left shoulder. If you are struggling with the balance, please look down on the floor. And then bend the knee again, coming back toward the center. And we squat all the way down through a pistol squat. Coming into the last round of our both pose Navasana. Maybe taking the kayak variation this time. So the shoulders are still not touching the floor, but the legs are extended. And rolling forward, hugging your knees. Taking a moment to appreciate ourselves. And all the challenge that we overcame, not only in our yoga practice, but in our everyday life. And then place your feet on the floor again, and maybe finding the momentum to roll all the way up, arms reaching up, Urdhastasana, inhale here. Exhale, Samasthiti. Nice step to the back of your mat with the left foot, coming into warrior two. We're going to practice bird of paradise. So we go all the way forward into a side flexion with the right hand passing under our legs in a rotation of both shoulders. Maybe making a bind with the hands on our back. It's fine if you don't have any bind. Step or walk your left foot next to the right one. All the body weight on your left leg so that you can come up with your torso, and the right leg any amount. No need to reach all the way up to stand. Option to extend the right leg as well. If you don't have the bind, it will look probably more something like that. And then coming all the way down, release both hands. Stay here, gently swinging your arms side to side, bending the knees. Coming back toward the center, inhaling, moving up, arms reaching up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Other side, big step back to the back of the mat with the right foot. Warrior 2, open. Release into a side flexion, left hand passing under your legs. Inner rotation of your shoulders, maybe making a bind on your back or maybe not. Stepping the right foot next to the left one. All the body weight on your right leg this time so that you can lift up any amount your left leg. Maybe just a few centimeters up, maybe all the way up to stand. And again, option to extend the left leg. And then releasing, back down, release your arms and again gently swinging, bending one knee at a time. And then back toward the center in stillness, gaze toward your knees. Inhaling, moving all the way up, arms reaching up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Bending the knees, inhaling Utkatasana chair. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhaling, open with your chest. Exhale, step your right foot back, knee down, left foot back and knee down. Forearms down, extending the legs, coming into the forearms plank position. 1, 2, shaking is good. And 3. Walk your feet forward into dolphin pose. Stay here or option to go into Pincha Mayurasana. The forearms inversion. A couple of breaths more in here. And then releasing everything down, coming into Balasana, child pose. Noticing how it is your breath, if you tried out maybe the inversion, if you were holding the breath, notice how it is now, the breath. Maybe it's flowing a bit faster. And then slowly coming up with your head, forearms down on the floor, releasing your legs back, forehead down on the floor. Place your hands on your buttocks or maybe interlace your fingers if your wrists are okay with that. Pubic bone pressing down on the floor to protect the lower back. And then as you inhale, move up with the chest and the head, gaze down on the mat. Maybe feet lifting up as well for locust pose, Salambhasana. Maybe feet together to challenge a bit more yourself. And as you exhale, release everything down. Give a nice swing to your hips. For Dhanurasana, bow pose, bend the knees. Catch the ankles from the outside. Keep your feet parallel to each other, or maybe the toes touching together. And as you inhale again, you can lift up only the knees if you like to just focus on that, or maybe lifting up the torso and the head as well. And then slowly release everything down, swing your hips side to side. Place your forearms down on the floor, pubic bone down on the floor. Inhaling, chest and head up to the Sphinx pose. Bend the right knee. Start reaching behind you, so toward your left side. And continue to pivot, spiraling in this movement so that you can come up with the torso. And if you continue to spiral, you will find yourself twisting toward the right side. Into Marichi Asana. Slowly moving back, you might be slightly outside your yoga mat, your comfort zone. And then slowly releasing the left forearm down on the floor. Releasing the hips and the pubic bone down on the floor. Forearms both down on the floor into Sphinx. Let's go on the other side, bending the left knee. Reaching behind us, so toward the right side. Moving up with the torso and continue to spiral. Moving up with the torso and twisting toward the left. Don't worry if you are struggling with understanding this transition, maybe it's the first time that you do it. Let's do one more time, let's see how it goes. Releasing right forearm down, rotating the torso so that also the hips and the pubic bone are down on the floor, both forearms down on the floor. We go on the first side, bend the right knee, reaching behind you, moving up, twisting toward the right. Marichasana. And slowly back toward the center. Forearms down, hips down, Sphinx pose. Left knee bent, reaching behind you, coming up and twist. Marichasana on the other side. And slowly release. Come back to your mat into the Sphinx pose. Coming up on your knees. Releasing the buttocks down on the floor, swinging the legs in front of you. Hands in front of you, allowing yourself to lie down on your back into the bridge pose, placing the feet on the floor, knees parallel to each other. Hands down on the floor, and as you inhale, moving up into Setu Bandhasana. Buttocks reaching up, don't open the knees, keep the legs engaged. You can stay up here if you like, maybe extending the arms over your head. If you like to add a lateral flexion, a bit of challenge to your bridge pose, as Urdhva Dhanurasana, the full wheel probably is out of your practice if you have wrist pain today. Then with your arms extended over your head, we start reaching toward the left upper corner with the right hand. So allow also the right shoulder to lift up, elongating the whole side, the right side of the torso. And then back down with both shoulders touching the floor. You're not collapsing with the bridge, so the legs and the buttocks are still working. And then we go on the other side, reaching toward the right upper corner with the left hand. And down. Let's release all the spine down on the floor, bending the knees toward the chest and making circles in both directions. Massaging our own spine. And then placing the hands under the knees, rocking back and forward. Coming up to sit, extending the legs. Inhaling here. Exhaling for Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Hands on the outside of your legs, or maybe just resting on the mat. Gaze down toward your legs. For 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhaling, moving up, right knee toward your torso, open into Janu Shirshasana with a twist. So we start already twisting slightly to face the left side, the left foot. We fold, the right hand over the left foot, and then we start maybe staying here, the left hand on the waist, or opening, twisting toward the left. Release and fold into Janu Shirshasana. 1, 2, 3, we are slowing down a bit toward the end of the practice. 4 and 5. Moving up with the torso. Exhale, both legs extended. Inhaling left knee to your torso, open for Janu Shirshasana with a twist as you exhale. The left hand outside your right foot, maybe opening with the right arm. And as you exhale next time, release into Janu Shirshasana, folding forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, head and chest up, open with your legs on a V shape. Upavista Konasana, stay here, maybe with the hands behind you, or fold forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Side flexion toward your left side, maybe catching your foot and opening the chest toward the ceiling. Couple of breaths more in here. Releasing, going on the other side. Moving all the way up. Close your legs together, hands in front of you, rolling down. Extending the legs to the ceiling. Stay, you can place a block underneath the buttocks or going into Salamba Saravangasana, the shoulder standing. Activating your core, open the chest, shoulder blades coming closer together. Maybe you need a bit of support of the hands on your back. Maybe you prefer to stay into Halasana, plow pose with the feet over your head, if there is enough space. Maybe releasing the arms on the mat. Bending the knees, slowly releasing the back on the floor and the buttocks also on the floor. So if you were using a block, release it. Placing the feet together, the knees opening toward the sides into Baddha Konasana legs. Hands under your buttocks, palms facing up. Pivot on your elbows, coming up. For a variation of Matsyasana, the fish pose. Tilt your pelvis so that your belly is moving up to the ceiling. Open with your chest and drop the head back. 3 lion breath in here, exhaling through the mouth, tongue out. 1, 2, 3. Chin toward your chest, releasing all the way down. Place your knees toward your chest. Open your arms on a T shape. Allow your knees to roll toward one side. And then coming up and rolling on the other side. Continuing in this way a couple of times more at your own breath pace. Come back toward the center for recline pigeon pose, Supta Kapadasana. Place the left foot down on the floor and the right ankle on top of the left knee. Lifting up the left knee and interlacing your fingers on top of the left knee or maybe underneath. Modulate the intensity of this stretch so that it suits you best today. Try to keep your spine down on the floor, the chin toward your chest. Then change the position of your legs, so you do the same asana on the other side. For Shirshasana headstand practice, release your knees together, curl toward your favorite side, lifting yourself up, forearms down on the floor in front of you, knees down on the floor. Just check the distance in between your elbows, so catch the opposite elbow and then extend once again your forearms, interlacing your fingers, thumbs free, top of the head down on the floor and the back of the head resting on your hands. Tuck your toes, extending the legs as you can. Perhaps they are not fully extended, that's fine. Walking the feet toward your elbows. Maybe this is it, you don't want to lift yourself up, so it's okay to stay here. Or maybe starting to bend one knee at a time. Shifting the body weight a bit more to your arms, engaging the shoulders muscles so you are not sinking into your arms. And maybe it will happen by itself that both feet lift up. I suggest you to stay with the knees closer to your chest, engaging the core and getting familiar in being upside down before actually extending the legs. Feel free to do a bit of trials if you're trying, or maybe to stay a couple of breaths more into the headstand. When you feel ready to leave that posture, come down into child pose for a couple of breaths. And then slowly moving up. Releasing the buttocks down on the floor, coming to a cross-legged position, taking a moment to find again the vertical line in here, neutral position on your spine. Then maybe take half lotus or maybe the full lotus if it's part of your practice, Padmasana. You can stay up here, maybe taking the Jana Mudra. You can bind the opposite foot on your back and maybe fold forward. Forehead coming closer to the floor or maybe even touching. As you lift up, if you were in the fold, arms reaching up. As you exhale, twist toward your right side. Stay. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, Inhale, back toward the center, arms up. Exhale, counter twist, other side. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, back toward the center. Exhale, release. For Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Allow your legs to extend. If you need to shake your legs. Then bending the right knee down on the floor. Place your left foot just in front of your knee. Maybe this is it, or maybe you can actually place the left knee on top of the right one. It's okay if there is a bit of gap, distance in between the knees. You can decide to stay up straight in here, focusing more on the hips area, or maybe working also with the shoulders. In that case, right arm, so opposite, all the way up in a rotation of your shoulders so that you can place your hands on your back, perhaps making a bind, maybe not. We try to still have a nice openness in the chest and be able to have Sukhan and Shtiram, steadiness and ease into this posture, being able to breathe properly without collapsing or over-rounding the spine. If you like, you can go into a fold and you will definitely feel it a bit more in the outside of your hips. And then slowly release, head and chest up, release your hands, maybe make a shake here or roll your shoulders. For Ashtanga, the fire log pose, let's place the feet and the knees 90 degrees, the left foot on top of the right knee. If this is too much, just place the foot on the floor in front of the feet. Stay up straight, or maybe hands next to your legs, folding forward. You can also use your arms in front of you if there is a good mobility here in the hips. Few more breaths in here. Then inhaling, head and chest up. Change the position of your legs. This time the left knee is on the floor for Gomukhasana, cow face, right knee on top. Stay or in the rotation of your shoulders, interlacing the hands on your back. Stay or fold forward. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, moving up. Exhale, release. Fire log, 90 degrees. Right foot on top of the left wing or just in front. Stay or fall forward. 1, 2, 3. And slowly coming up, release, cross-legged position, interlace your fingers, gentle movement with your wrists. You can slow down as you need, changing the direction, maybe undulating. Then making a fist with the right hand. The left hand is wrapped on strapping the right wrist. Open and close with your right hand. Close, moving your right hand side to side with your fist. Back toward the center, release, shake gently. Make a fist with the left hand, right hand on the wrist. opening and closing. Make a fist once again, moving side to side. Acknowledge how it is your wrist and carefully moving in here depending on the pain that you might feel right now on the wrist. Maybe you're recovering from an injury, so remember to be gentle with you. And then release, give a shake if it doesn't hurt. And then coming back. For the final relaxation, you might want to stay into a sitting position, maybe placing a block or a cushion underneath the buttocks, or maybe you would like to practice a bit of Shavasana, corpse pose, so you can lie down completely on the mat, maybe wearing an extra layer, a blanket or a sweater on top of you. Closing the eyes if you're okay with that. Otherwise, keep a soft, relaxed gaze on the floor in front of you. Releasing the Ujjayi breath, if you use that type of breathing technique, but keeping the awareness on your own breath. If you're struggling in finding this rising and falling sensation of the breath, perhaps it helps to place one hand on the chest and the other one on the belly. And maybe in this way you can physically feel the expansion and then the releasing sensation of your breath. Gentle reminder to acknowledge the distractions of the mind. And maybe to choose to step back inside your body, anchoring yourself to the present moment, mindful of your own breath. I'm gonna chant the Gayatri Mantra. If you know the mantra, maybe join me. It's also a nice breath exercise. Om Bhur Bhuvaḥ Swaḥ Tat-savitur Vareñyaṃ Bhargo Devasya Dheemahi Dhiyo Yonaḥ Prachodayāt. Om Bhur Bhuvaḥ Swaḥ Tat-savitur Vareñyaṃ Bhargo Devasya Dheemahi Dhiyo Yonaḥ Prachodayāt. Om Bhur Bhuvaḥ Swaḥ Tat-savitur Vareñyaṃ Bhargo Devasya Dheemahi Dhiyo Yonaḥ Prachodayāt. Om Bhur Bhuvaḥ Swaḥ Tat-savitur Vareñyaṃ Bhargo Devasya Dheemahi Dhiyo Yonaḥ Prachodayāt. Om Bhur Bhuvaḥ Swaḥ Tat-savitur Vareñyaṃ Bhargo Devasya Dheemahi Dhiyo Yonaḥ Prachodayāt. fire, air, water, ether. We meditate on the elements of the earth, the source of everything, Mother Earth. May that inspire our thoughts, hearts, and actions. If you are lying down in Shavasana, with a mindful transition, come to sit. Draw your palms in front of your heart center. Aware of your surroundings, maybe noticing the sounds or smells in the air. And getting clear in where you're going next. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste. Take care. See you next time. Ciao.